Have you ever felt it? That strange flicker, a moment of déjà vu so sharp it almost stops your breath. You're walking down a street you've never been on, but something about it feels familiar. Or perhaps a thought, a specific phrase, echoes in your mind, a ghost of a past conversation you know you never had. These aren't random glitches in your perception, they are whispers. They are signs that you're beginning to awaken, to notice the subtle currents that shape our lives. You're sensing a deeper rhythm, a pulse that's present in everything. This underlying pulse, this constant ebb and flow, is what ancient wisdom traditions call the law of rhythm. It's not just a metaphor, it's a fundamental principle of the universe. Think of it like a cosmic pendulum swinging between extremes, but also a hidden portal revealing deeper truths about consciousness itself. This law operates through unseen intervals, dictating cycles of growth and decay, of joy and sorrow, of creation and dissolution. It's woven into the very fabric of existence, from the turning of the seasons to the beating of your own heart. But in our modern world, bombarded by digital distractions and the endless pursuit of fleeting highs, our own internal rhythms are becoming dangerously misaligned. What if these recurring patterns, these moments that feel like you're walking in circles, are actually deliberate messages? What if the universe is trying to get your attention, nudging you towards a profound understanding of how things truly work? The Hermetic texts, those ancient vessels of esoteric knowledge, speak of these cycles extensively. They show us that life isn't a straight line, but a series of waves, each with its own unique crest and trough. These cycles, from the grand cosmic dance to the smallest biological processes, are all governed by this invisible, yet undeniable, force. This is how the law of rhythm keeps you locked in, not out of malice, but because it's the way things are. It's the tide coming in and going out. But what if the tide isn't just water, but consciousness itself, pulling you back and forth? This unseen pulse is the hidden heartbeat of every moment, the subtle vibration that underpins every joy and every sorrow. To truly understand your life, you must learn to feel this beat, to recognize its presence not as an external force, but as an intrinsic part of your own being. When you feel that strange pull, that sense of repetition, it's the law of rhythm at play. It's the universe's way of showing you that you're caught in a cycle, but this isn't a trap to be feared, it's a signal to be understood. For the pendulum, the very thing that seems to be keeping you stuck is also a portal. It's a gateway to a deeper understanding of cosmic timing and the way consciousness unfolds. It reveals that these seemingly inescapable loops are not punishments, but invitations to a different kind of awareness, a way to see beyond the immediate swing. You've experienced the oscillation, the back and forth that defines so much of life's experience. But this movement, this relentless swing of the pendulum, is more than just a dynamic of existence. It's an opening, a chance to step through into a new perception of reality. It's where true spiritual insight begins to dawn, revealing that what feels like limitation is actually an inherent phase in a larger, unfolding process. Recognizing this, however, is only the first step toward navigating the currents that sweep us along. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this. Now let's keep going. You're constantly chasing the next peak, the next exhilarating rush, the next moment that feels undeniably good. It's a familiar dance, isn't it? This relentless pursuit of positive highs is deeply ingrained. Our modern world, with its instant gratification and endless scroll of curated experiences, trains us to crave these bursts of pleasure. Social media feeds us a constant stream of exciting updates, videos that snag our attention for mere seconds, and notifications that promise something novel and engaging. This digital dopamine overload is a powerful force, actively rewiring our brains to expect immediate rewards, making it incredibly difficult to find contentment in the quiet spaces between. This addiction to the upswing, to the feeling of being on top of the world, comes at a steep price. Our neurology becomes wired for this constant stimulation. When it's not present, we feel drained, even depressed. We misinterpret the natural downswing of the pendulum as personal failure, not as an inherent part of the universal rhythm that governs all things. This constant craving, this need for external validation and immediate pleasure, pulls us away from our inner source of power and peace. It keeps us tethered to the surface, always seeking, never truly finding lasting fulfillment. This constant addiction to the highs is not just a personal failing, it's a reflection of a society that has lost touch with its deeper rhythms. We are conditioned to seek out those fleeting moments of intense pleasure, often at the expense of our long-term well-being. The digital world bombards us with stimuli designed to hijack our attention and trigger dopamine releases, creating a cycle of seeking and temporary satisfaction. This constant chase leaves us feeling perpetually unfulfilled, always wanting more, and paying a steep price in terms of our mental and emotional energy. What happens when this relentless pursuit of pleasure finally catches up with you? You've become so accustomed to the high, so dependent on that artificial surge of dopamine, that the inevitable dip feels like a plunge into darkness. This isn't just a passing mood. It's a consequence of forcing your internal rhythm to operate at an unsustainable peak, leaving you depleted and vulnerable. The universe always seeks balance, and when you push too hard in one direction, the pendulum swings back with even greater force. This constant chase for the next high, the next thrill, is what truly grips you, isn't it? It's the hidden hook that keeps you coming back for more, even when you know it's not sustainable. Your nervous system craves it, your mind becomes dependent on it, and the inevitable crash that follows feels like a betrayal. It's a cycle of seeking that leaves you perpetually on edge, always anticipating the next surge and dreading the fall that's sure to come. This constant addiction to the highs isn't just a bad habit, it's a spiritual misalignment that creates profound inner turmoil. When we're perpetually chasing fleeting pleasures, we neglect the deeper currents of life and the inherent rhythms that govern our well-being. This creates a dissonance, a spiritual whiplash that leaves us feeling disoriented and disconnected from our true selves. It's a powerful reminder that true fulfillment isn't found in external stimulation, but in aligning with the natural ebb and flow of existence. You're chasing the thrill, but what if that thrill is actually a warning sign? This persistent need for more, for that next burst of excitement, is throwing your entire being out of sync. It's like trying to run a marathon at a sprint pace. Something has to give. This constant push and pull, this addiction to exhilaration, is actually creating a deep imbalance within you, a kind of spiritual whiplash that jangles your nerves and confuses your soul. It's a sign that you're fighting against the natural flow of life. The constant pursuit of euphoric highs leaves you utterly unprepared for the inevitable lows. You've been conditioned by a world that celebrates peak performance and instant success, but life doesn't work that way. When you're constantly on the ascent, the subsequent fall feels like a catastrophic crash. This jarring transition, this spiritual whiplash, is a direct consequence of ignoring the natural, cyclical nature of existence. It's a symptom of being out of sync with the universe's inherent rhythm, leaving you vulnerable to the storm. This spiritual whiplash, this jarring feeling of being thrown around by life's extremes, is a direct result of your resistance to the natural pendulum swing. You crave the highs and dread the lows, but what if the purpose of the swing is to offer a different kind of wisdom? This internal turbulence is a sign that you're fighting against the very forces that could lead you to stability. It's in understanding this push and pull that you can begin to find your balance, not by stopping the motion, but by learning to navigate it with grace. But there's another layer to this disequilibrium, a force that punishes imbalance with a precision that feels almost terrifying. It's what ancient wisdom calls the law of compensation, and it's far more intricate than simple retribution. While it might seem unfair, its perfect calibration is what ensures universal harmony. Understanding this law is crucial because it reveals that every action, every thought, every vibration has a commensurate effect, and its timing is never accidental. The law of compensation isn't about divine judgment. It's about universal equilibrium. It ensures that every energetic transaction finds its balance. What goes out must eventually be accounted for, not as a punishment, but as a return to natural order. This perfect calibration means that what you sow is what you will inevitably reap, in a form and timing that often surprises us. It's a profound principle that governs the unfolding of our lives, making it essential to grasp its delicate mechanisms to avoid unnecessary crashes. This concept of compensation might sound like a harsh judgment, but it's actually the universe's most elegant balancing act. Every action, every choice, every energetic expression has a corresponding return. It's not about being punished, but about the inherent equilibrium of existence. What you put out into the world, in terms of thoughts, emotions, and deeds, will eventually find its way back to you in a perfectly calibrated measure. Understanding this means realizing that fairness isn't about luck, but about the precise mechanics of energetic return. You've seen how actions have consequences, but the law of compensation operates on a subtler level, ensuring perfect, not necessarily swift, return on every energetic investment. It's not about immediate justice, but about the universe's intricate dance of balance. This perfect symmetry means that what you send out, in terms of your vibration and intentions, will always find its way back to you, creating a harmonious, albeit sometimes delayed, fulfillment of cosmic accounting. The law of compensation operates with a perfect fairness that's often misunderstood. It's not about random chance or capricious fate, it's about precise energetic calibration. For every action, there is a reaction, and for every intent, there is a matching consequence that returns. This isn't a system of reward and punishment, but a fundamental cosmic principle that ensures all energetic exchanges are balanced, creating a perfect, inescapable circuit of cause and effect that governs your life. When you understand that what you put out always returns, you begin to see the law of compensation not as a punishment, but as a perfect, predictable system. It's the universe's way of ensuring that all energies are eventually accounted for, creating a balanced ecosystem of cause and effect. This isn't about fairness in a human sense, but about the flawless precision of universal equilibrium, a cosmic accounting that ensures every energetic transaction is perfectly balanced, leading you back to where you started, but profoundly changed. You might be trying to force an outcome, to rush the universe, but that's like trying to outrun your own reflection. The law of compensation understands timing in a way we can't fathom. It's the mirror to your actions, always reflecting what you send out, but on its own perfect schedule. This means that true mastery isn't about wishing or pushing, but about understanding the rhythm of what you're projecting and learning to time your inner world with the outer manifestations it inevitably creates. Reflection alone isn't enough to break the cycle. You can look at your actions, scrutinize your choices, but without understanding the underlying rhythm, you're just staring at your own image. The law of compensation is the mirror, but its timing is dictated by something far more profound, the universe's own clock. To truly master your life, you must learn to time your inner world with the outer manifestations it inevitably creates, synchronizing with the subtle beat that guides everything. What you put out into the world is what comes back, but it doesn't happen instantly. The law of compensation works with a perfect, unflinching precision, and its timing is a critical element. This means that simply reflecting on your past or wishing for a different future isn't enough. You must learn to time your inner world with the outer manifestations it naturally generates, aligning your internal rhythm with the universe's grand, unfolding schedule. You're seeing the patterns, the reflections of your energy, but have you noticed how they shift and change? This isn't a static image. Your moods, your emotional states, they are not random fluctuations. They are subtle yet powerful indicators of a deeper frequency you're broadcasting. These are the whispers of the frequency code, the hidden language of your soul that's constantly communicating with the universe, influencing what you attract and what you experience. Your moods are direct signals, broadcasting your current energetic state to the cosmos. They're like tuning knobs, adjusting the frequency of your reality. A low-vibration mood attunes you to struggle and limitation, while a high-vibration mood opens the door to opportunity and flow. Understanding this hidden code allows you to consciously shift your internal frequency, thereby altering the caliber of experiences that will inevitably find their way to you, demonstrating that your emotional state is a powerful co-creator. Your emotions are not just feelings, they are pure energy. They are the signals you send out, the Morse code of your soul, broadcasting your current operating frequency to the universe. Have you ever noticed how a good mood seems to attract more good fortune, while a bad mood seems to snowball into more unpleasantness? This isn't coincidence. It's the frequency code at work, demonstrating that your emotional state is a powerful magnet, shaping the reality that unfolds around you. Every variation in your mood, from the elation of joy to the depths of despair, is a deliberate broadcast of your energetic signature. This is the hidden frequency code at play, a powerful mechanism that dictates the kind of experiences you draw into your life. When you're aware of this, you realize that managing your moods isn't about suppressing them, but about understanding them as potent signals that shape your reality, drawing you towards either expansion or contraction. This constant flux of emotion, this internal weather system, isn't just random noise. It's a sophisticated signaling system, a hidden code that broadcasts your current energetic frequency to the universe. Think of your moods as tuning dials. Are you set to attract opportunity and synchronicity, or are you inadvertently broadcasting a signal for challenges and delays? Understanding this code unlocks the power to consciously adjust your frequency and begin attracting the experiences you truly desire. Your feelings are the most powerful messengers you have. They are broadcasting your current vibrational rate, the specific frequency you're emitting into the cosmos, and this is what the law of rhythm responds to. When you can tune into this signal, when you can decode the messages hidden within your emotional shifts, you unlock a profound ability to influence your own life. It's about understanding that your internal state is always a precursor to your external reality. The lie of permanence whispers that things are fixed, that this moment will last forever. But this delusion is a grave threat to anyone seeking true spiritual progress. To believe that any state, good or bad, is permanent is to resist the fundamental flow of the universe, which is constant motion and change. This rigid thinking traps the aspiring initiate, preventing them from adapting and evolving, ultimately hindering their path toward enlightenment by chaining them to illusions that cannot hold. The belief that things are fixed, that this current state of being is permanent, is one of the greatest stumbling blocks for anyone on the spiritual path. It's a seductive illusion that breeds attachment and fear. If you believe joy is permanent, you dread its inevitable departure. If you believe hardship is permanent, you fall into despair. The truth is, everything is in flux, and clinging to the idea of permanence is like trying to hold water in your fist. It inevitably slips away, leaving you empty-handed and disillusioned. This illusion of permanence is a dangerous trap for anyone earnestly seeking spiritual growth. It's the belief that whatever is happening right now will always be the case, that your current circumstances are fixed and unchangeable. This rigid mindset prevents you from embracing the natural flow of life, which is a constant cycle of change, decay, and renewal. By resisting this fundamental truth, the initiate locks themselves into a cycle of suffering, unable to adapt and evolve. The universe doesn't stand still, so why should you cling to the idea that your current reality is permanent? This belief is a powerful obstacle, a lie that can cripple your spiritual progress. It's like trying to anchor a ship in a storm. The very nature of existence is change, a constant unfolding of new possibilities and the dissolution of old forms. To resist this is to fight against the current, exhausting yourself and preventing your journey from moving forward. The teaching that everything is temporary, that nothing truly lasts, is a crucial lesson for any spiritual seeker. The lie of permanence is the belief that your current circumstances, your joys, your sorrows are fixed. This illusion creates suffering because it makes you resist the natural flow of life. When you finally understand that change is the only constant, you can begin to surrender, to adapt, and to truly move forward on your path. This illusion of permanence is a poison to the soul's journey. It's the notion that your current state is forever, a belief that creates immense suffering when reality inevitably shifts. The spiritual path demands fluidity, an understanding that all experiences, both pleasant and painful, are transient. Clinging to the idea of permanence, whether it's a good feeling or a difficult situation, is like trying to hold back the tide, a futile effort that ultimately leaves you exhausted and disconnected from the authentic rhythm of life. Spiritual growth isn't a steady climb up a mountain, it's more like the rhythmic pull of the ocean tides. There are periods of intense expansion, where new understanding and awareness surge forward, followed by periods of calm recession, where integration and consolidation take place. This natural ebb and flow are essential for deep, sustainable transformation. To expect linear progress is to misunderstand the very nature of how consciousness unfolds, leading to frustration when the inevitable downswing occurs. You might expect your spiritual journey to be a straight line upwards, a constant ascent towards enlightenment, but the truth, as revealed by the law of rhythm, is far more dynamic. Spiritual growth moves in tides. There are moments of rapid expansion, where insights pour in and you feel you're making huge leaps. Then, there are periods of withdrawal, where you seem to be treading water, but this recession is crucial for integrating what you've learned, preparing you for the next powerful surge. This ebb and flow, this cyclical nature of spiritual development, is a fundamental aspect of growth. You might experience intense periods of learning and expansion, followed by phases that feel slower, more introspective. These apparent lulls are not setbacks. They are essential for consolidating new understandings and integrating them into your being. Recognizing this tide-like movement allows you to approach your spiritual journey with patience and a deeper appreciation for its unfolding rhythms. The spiritual path isn't a highway, it's an ocean. You'll experience powerful surges of insight and growth, like waves cresting and crashing, followed by periods of calm, where the tide recedes to allow for integration. This doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you're moving in accordance with a grander rhythm, absorbing the wisdom of the previous wave before the next begins to build. Understanding this tide-like progression is key to navigating your spiritual evolution without getting discouraged. Imagine your growth not as a ladder, but as the ocean's tide. There are powerful incoming waves of insight and expansion, and then there are calmer periods where the water recedes, allowing you to absorb and integrate what you've experienced. This ebb and flow is not a sign of stagnation, but of profound, sustainable growth. Learning to work with these natural rhythms rather than against them is crucial for long-term spiritual development and for avoiding the frustration of expecting linear progress. When you encounter periods of stillness, of apparent lack of progress on your spiritual journey, don't mistake it for a halt. This is the natural recession of the tide, a time for deep integration and consolidation of what you've already learned. True spiritual growth is not a constant upward trajectory. It moves in cycles, like the moon phases or the changing seasons, and understanding this rhythmic nature is essential for navigating your path with wisdom and patience. When you resist the swing, when you fight against the pendulum's natural movement, you don't just negate it, you amplify its impact. Imagine trying to stop a swinging weight with your bare hands. The force you meet will be immense, and the backlash will be far greater than if you had simply allowed it to swing through. This resistance creates a multiplication of energy, turning a manageable oscillation into a devastating crash. It's in yielding to the current, not fighting it, that true mastery lies. The moment you try to stop the swing, to clamp down on the pendulum of life, you create a tremendous buildup of energy. This resistance, this futile attempt to hold things static, doesn't halt the motion. Instead, it gathers momentum, transforming a natural oscillation into a catastrophic crash. It's like trying to dam a river only to have it burst through with monumental force. True wisdom lies not in stopping the swing, but in understanding its flow and moving with it. What happens when you fight against the ebb and flow, when you try to freeze a moment or halt a transition? You're essentially adding force against the natural momentum of the universe. This resistance doesn't stop the process, it intensifies it. It takes a natural swing, a manageable oscillation, and magnifies it into a devastating crash, a testament to the power of working with, not against, the universal rhythms. This concept of resisting the swing is critical. When you try to hold onto a good feeling or push away a difficult one, you're essentially fighting the natural momentum of life. This resistance doesn't stop the pendulum's arc, it amplifies it. It turns a gentle sway into a violent jolt, a manageable transition into a devastating crash. It's a harsh lesson in the power of yielding to the universal rhythm. The more you fight the natural momentum, the more you multiply the negative consequences. When you resist the inevitable swing of the pendulum, you don't just halt progress. You create a feedback loop that intensifies the very energy you're trying to avoid. This resistance turns a manageable oscillation into a devastating crash, a stark reminder that working with the natural flow is the only path to true stability and grace. When you push against the natural movement, when you try to freeze a moment or resist a transition, you're actually adding fuel to the fire. This resistance doesn't stop the swing, it amplifies it. It turns a gentle oscillation into a devastating crash, a powerful demonstration of how fighting the universal rhythm leads to greater chaos and disruption in your life. True mastery comes from understanding this dynamic and learning to flow with it. The soul's timing doesn't adhere to the ticking of a clock on your wall. It operates on a different, far grander scale, governed by cosmic cycles and the law of rhythm. Humans are obsessed with linear time, with schedules and deadlines, but the soul perceives a more fluid, interconnected progression of events. To align with your soul's highest timeline, you must learn to listen to these deeper temporal currents, understanding that the universe has its own perfect schedule for unfolding your destiny. Your soul doesn't operate on a 9-to-5 schedule. It moves to a rhythm that is ancient and profound, dictated not by seconds and minutes, but by universal cycles of growth, decay, and renewal. This innate temporal awareness, this spiritual clock, guides your path in ways that linear time cannot comprehend. To truly step onto your soul's highest timeline, you must begin to attune yourself to this deeper, cosmic timing, recognizing that your destiny unfolds when it is cosmically aligned, not just when you feel ready. The conventional clock on your wall is a human invention, a way to impose order on a reality that is far more fluid. Your soul, however, operates on a grander temporal plane, attuned to the cosmic rhythms and the law of rhythm. This means that your life's unfolding, your destiny, isn't about meeting arbitrary deadlines, but about aligning with the universe's perfect timing. Learning to hear this soul-level timing is crucial for unlocking your highest potential and stepping onto your most authentic timeline. The clock on your wrist is a poor measure of your soul's journey. The soul operates on a different temporal frequency, one that's governed by the expansive cycles of the law of rhythm. It dances to a beat that's millions of years in the making, and your personal destiny is woven into that grand tapestry. To access the highest timeline for your soul, you must learn to tune into this deeper, cosmic clock, aligning your life with an unfolding that transcends human notions of hurry. Your soul doesn't measure time in seconds or minutes, but in expansive cycles of energy and consciousness. The ticking clock on your wall is a human construct, a limited perception that can lead you astray from your true path. The soul's timing is tied to the grander rhythm of the universe, to the law of rhythm itself. To find your soul's highest timeline, you must learn to tap into this deeper, more fluid sense of temporal progression, allowing the universe to orchestrate your unfolding. The tick-tock of your watch is a pale imitation of the grand design of your soul's timing. Your deeper self operates on a rhythm far more ancient and profound than human calendars. It's guided by the universal law of rhythm and the cosmic dance of creation and dissolution. To step onto your soul's highest timeline, you must learn to disconnect from the frantic pace of linear time and attune yourself to the more expansive, synchronous unfolding that the universe has divinely ordained. Every loop you find yourself in, every recurring pattern you don't understand, isn't a mistake. It's a deliberate part of your journey, a signpost guiding you towards an unseen destination. These cycles are not meant to trap you, but to teach you. Each repetition is an opportunity to learn a deeper lesson, to refine your understanding, and to shed a layer of ignorance. What feels like being stuck is actually preparation for an arrival at a place you haven't yet imagined. Don't view those recurring cycles as dead ends. They are, in fact, carefully crafted detours designed to lead you somewhere profoundly important. Each time you find yourself back in a familiar situation, it's an invitation to extract a nuanced lesson, to gain a fresh perspective that was invisible before. These loops are not about punishment. They are about revelation, meticulously guiding you towards a destiny you haven't yet consciously recognized, but are always moving towards. Think of those recurring loops not as mistakes, but as deliberate training exercises. Each time you encounter a similar challenge or pattern, it's a subtle nudge from the universe, a chance to master a specific energetic principle. These cycles are not meant to imprison you, they are designed to reveal. They are steps on a path you cannot yet see, meticulously leading you towards a greater understanding and a destiny that is being carefully prepared for you. Every loop, every pattern you can't explain, is a breadcrumb. It's a clue left by the universe, guiding you through a landscape you wouldn't otherwise see. These aren't signs of being lost, but rather essential stages in a journey you haven't fully grasped yet. Each repetition is an opportunity for deeper learning, carefully leading you towards a future alignment that is currently hidden from your conscious awareness, but is being meticulously crafted. These recurring loops, these unexplained patterns, are not random occurrences. They are purposeful steps in your evolution. Each cycle is a carefully constructed lesson, designed to impart a unique wisdom that you couldn't gain any other way. They are not meant to trap you, but to illuminate the path leading towards a destination that is still unseen by your conscious mind, but is actively being shaped by your soul's journey. Every perceived loop, every recurring challenge, is a deliberate phase in your soul's grand design. These aren't signs of being lost, but rather crucial waypoints on a journey toward an unseen horizon. Each repetition is an opportunity to extract deeper wisdom, to refine your approach, and to shed limiting beliefs. These cycles are not meant to ensnare you, but to meticulously guide you toward a destiny that is being carefully prepared, one carefully orchestrated rhythm at a time. The ancient masters of Hermeticism spoke of neutralizing rhythm, not as stopping the pendulum, but as achieving a state of inner equilibrium that remains unaffected by its swing. It's about finding the unchanging core within yourself, the stillness at the center of the turning wheel. This is achieved by observing the rhythms without becoming identified with them, by understanding their nature without letting them dictate your inner state, thus achieving a profound mastery over your reactions and your reality. To neutralize rhythm, as the Kybalion teaches, is not to cease the movement of the universe, but to find an unshakable calm within yourself that remains untouched by its fluctuations. It's about disidentifying from the emotional highs and lows, the external circumstances that swing like a pendulum. This mastery comes from observing the play of rhythm without being swept away by it, thus achieving conscious detachment and inner peace amidst the world's constant motion. Neutralizing rhythm, as the wise texts suggest, isn't about stopping the pulse of life, but about cultivating a state of being that remains serene regardless of the external swings. It's like being the calm eye of a hurricane. This is achieved by observing the universal rhythms, the joys, the sorrows, the cycles of creation and decay, without becoming fused with them. This conscious disidentification allows you to remain centered, demonstrating profound control over your inner world. The wisdom of neutralizing rhythm, as found in the Kybalion, isn't about halting the universe's constant motion. Instead, it's about cultivating an inner stillness, a calm center that remains unaffected by the pendulum's swing. This mastery is achieved through conscious observation, understanding the rhythms of life without allowing them to dictate your emotional state. It's about finding the unmoving point within the ceaseless flow. To neutralize rhythm is to find the still point within the whirling dance of existence. It's about observing the pendulum's swing, the ups and downs of life, without being caught in its momentum. This doesn't mean stopping the swing, but rather cultivating an inner detachment. By understanding that these rhythms are natural phenomena, you can prevent them from controlling your emotional state, thereby mastering their influence on your life. The elusive concept of neutralizing rhythm from the Kybalion isn't about halting the universe's natural oscillations. It's about cultivating an inner equilibrium, a stable core that remains unaffected by the external swings of fortune. This is achieved by developing the capacity to witness life's rhythms, the joys, the challenges, the cycles of change, without becoming emotionally entangled, thus gaining mastery over your own responses. And then, when you've finally learned to dance with the rhythms, to observe without being consumed, you begin to hear it, the beat behind the veil. It's not a sound you perceive with your ears, but a vibration your soul resonates with. It's the underlying hum of existence, the hidden pulse that orchestrates everything, from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy. This is the true rhythm of the cosmos, and when you can finally tune into it, the veil between worlds begins to thin. When you learn to stop fighting the swing and instead find that stillness within, you begin to perceive something else entirely. It's a subtle hum, a vibration deeper than any sound you've ever heard, the beat behind the veil. This is the subtle, yet omnipresent, rhythm of the cosmos at play, the underlying pulse that orchestrates creation itself. To truly understand your place in the universe, you must learn to attune yourself to this profound, invisible beat. Once you've truly grasped the concept of neutralizing rhythm, something remarkable happens. You start to perceive something beyond the outward swings, a deeper pulse that resonates from beyond the visible. This is the beat behind the veil, not a sound, but a fundamental vibration that underpins all of existence. It's the silent music of the universe, and learning to hear it is the key to unlocking the deepest layers of reality. When you manage to neutralize the rhythm within yourself, you start to perceive a deeper resonance, a vibration that exists beyond the natural ebb and flow. This is the beat behind the veil, not an audible sound, but a primordial hum that orchestrates the very fabric of reality. It's the universe's silent song, and awakening to it shifts your perception, allowing you to feel the interconnectedness of all things. And then, as you master this inner stillness, you begin to sense it. A subtle thrumming, a deep resonance that vibrates not in your ears, but in your very soul. This is the beat behind the veil, the silent music of existence, the underlying rhythm that orchestrates the cosmos. It's a gateway to understanding the profound connections that bind all things, a vibration that whispers truths only the awakened heart can discern. This profound awareness, this ability to perceive the deeper rhythms, opens you up to the beat behind the veil. It's not a sound that enters your ears, but a cosmic vibration that resonates within your soul. It's the universal pulse, the underlying symphony that connects everything. Learning to feel this beat is the ultimate act of attunement, allowing you to transcend the limitations of ordinary perception and step into a higher state of awareness. Your destiny isn't a destination you find by searching frantically. It's not a static point waiting to be discovered. Instead, it's a frequency, a specific vibration that you tune into. Your highest timeline, your true purpose, only manifests when you align your own energetic frequency with that specific cosmic resonance. It requires active listening, a continuous attunement to the universe's pulse, to truly catch the signal of your predetermined path. Destiny isn't a map to be followed, it's a melody to be heard. Your highest potential, your truest path, is a specific frequency that you must learn to tune into. This isn't about passive discovery, but active alignment. By harmonizing your own vibrational state with the universe's subtle signals, you begin to resonate with the extraordinary frequency that is your unique destiny, making it manifest in your reality. Your destiny isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you tune into. It's a specific frequency, a cosmic resonance that your soul aligns with. The universe has a unique vibration for your highest purpose, and it's only when you match that vibration with your own energetic output that your destiny truly appears. This requires a conscious, consistent effort to listen to the subtle cues and align your inner world with the outer unfolding. The path to your destiny isn't paved with found objects. It's a frequency you attune to. Your soul's highest timeline isn't discovered. It's accessed by matching your internal vibration to the specific cosmic resonance that represents your unique purpose. This requires diligent listening and active alignment, waiting patiently until you can clearly hear and then resonate with the subtle signal of your predetermined path. Destiny isn't a destination you find, but a frequency you tune into. Your soul's highest timeline is not revealed through searching, but through aligning your own vibration with the specific cosmic resonance that calls to you. It's an active process of listening and attuning, a gradual harmonization that allows your purpose to manifest, not by chance, but by deliberate energetic resonance. Your destiny isn't lying around waiting to be found. It's a specific frequency, a vibration that you must learn to tune into. Your soul's highest timeline only appears when you actively align your own energetic signature with that cosmic resonance. This requires a deep, consistent listening and an unwavering commitment to harmonize with the subtle signals that guide you towards your ultimate purpose. Make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next teaching. See you in the next one.